As you all know, the band 28 Days of 28 Days Pty Ltd, world famous for their Rip It Up, Sucker, and What's the Deal line of energy bars that were banned from shelves in Mexico after they were found to contain asbestos, were wrongfully accused of massive tax evasion late in 2007. As a result, assets were frozen, merchandise seized, and the highly profitable sweatshops that produced all sorts of 28 Days memorabilia and converted back into broadband technical support call centers. Simon Hepburn is quoted as saying, "It really hurt us. Those kids were like our own children. Some of them actually were." Wall Street Journal 2007, 28 Days were forced to shut down all operations and lay low till the whole thing blows over. The band waited patiently off the coast of Dubai, being very careful to remain at all times in international waters to avoid arrest. They enjoyed sipping cold beer on Yacht's The Deal, their 40-foot luxury vessel, waiting for their good names to be cleared. But modern pirates, dressing nothing like they do in the movies, and preferring machine guns to parrots, are quite hard to detect, and can be easily mistaken for other party dudes, or freestyle motoX pros. 28 Days soon found themselves yachtless, and drifting in 15 feet tinny drinking seawater. Things look grim indeed, although some good-sized flathead 3 to 4 pounds were landed on strips of sunburned skin and squidgy soft plastics in the 100mm bloodworm wriggler. As they drifted aimlessly, more tragedy hit. Lifetime friend, pet house cat, and recently appointed sole director and owner of 28 Days Pty Ltd, Mr Fluffington, died in a freak moped explosion in Amsterdam's red light district. Dutch police reports state alcohol, traces of cocaine and ecstasy were found in the failed business tycoon's bloodstream at time of death, although the body, the moped, and the briefcase containing important documents were never recovered. The Australian government demanded to see the body of Mr Fluffington, but Dutch authorities were evasive and were accused of hindering investigators. The A.T.O investigation was doomed to fail. Mr Fluffington, common cat, and one-time talentless hip-hop mogul, aka Fluff Daddy, aka Sean Fluffy Coombs, and most recently, P. Kitty, was at the time of the accident supposedly on his way to the Australian tax office in Canberra. As per the order on the A.T.O subpoena, the next day, he was to deliver the 28 Days company's financial records from before the time he took legal responsibility of all debts. Every cloud has a silver lining though. Although Fluffy will be sorely missed, last Tuesday the tax office was forced to drop its case against the boys due to all evidence being destroyed in the embers of Fluffy's charred Vespa, leaving the band free to return to Australia. Upon receiving the good news from their lawyers, 28 Days convinced some fishermen to tow the teeny back to dry land, where villagers helped them fashion a sail from palm leaves and hemp in return for one day coming back to play a show for them, but stipulated that the band just play their old stuff or not to bother. Stocked with fresh beer and limes to stave off scurvy, the band set sail and look forward to one day returning. If 28 Days have the wind and weather on their side, they are expecting to sail into Australia in January for a select few shows and welcome home party. It will be business as usual with some new music written during their much anticipated and hype drinking salt water phase. The boys found dehydration very conducive to the creative flow. Songs like "I could murder a stubby right now" and "that is it. I'm gonna drink my own piss" show a softer side to the band, whereas the song "Water" is simply a microphone and a glass of salt water. It's 2 seconds of feedback, then the mix shorts out. After that it's 6 minutes of buzzing. Not their best song, but very mature and arty. The critics are raving "they are an awesome new band." Rolling Stone 1999.